Hey everyone, Kaihatsu here, and welcome back to Culture Bits. Wow, it's been a while since I've said that. Anyways, who else is excited for Mario Maker 2? I am incredibly hyped for it. In fact, a lot more so than for the new Pokemon games. Actually, before we get started properly, go ahead and click the eye in the corner and tell me which one you're more excited for. So, the Direct was packed full of new things that of course everyone is poring over to find out every single detail. Personally, I'm super happy to see night themes because I think we need more sunset and night levels in Mario. One thing that received a lot of attention though was the Angry Sun. Because of its lack of an appearance in the new Super Mario Bros. Series, Nintendo had to do what they did for many other Mario Maker enemies and come up with a new design. Firstly, what is this? Angry Sun? More like Existential Crisis Sun. Why did they decide this would be a suitable design, and where on earth did it come from? Well, it turns out that this odd design actually has a credible origin and makes sense. Using some advanced neural networking, we can have a closer, unblurred look at the sun graphic. This strange, yet colorful version of the sun has, by some, been linked to the sun switches from The Legend of Zelda, as they both sport very odd expressions, and in fact both of them may have come from the same source. This version of the sun, in all of its creepiness, is very similar to various depictions of the sun in South American cultures. In the pre-colonial civilizations of South America, the sun was an incredibly important aspect of society. The Aztecs, for example, monitored the sun very closely and built many monuments that aligned with it. And of course, they also believed that the sun god Tonatiuh demanded human sacrifices every day. The Aztec depiction of Tonatiuh does bear somewhat of a resemblance to the new Angry Sun, especially with the color scheme here. But the weird suns don't end there. South America has an even weirder one that I think this new sun is probably based on. Inti. The Incas had their own pantheon of gods, and they worshipped the sun god Inti. Though I am using Inti here as a single deity, he is more of a cluster of different solar aspects, as the Incas divided up his identity according to the stages of the sun, and according to myth, he is the son of Viracocha, the god of civilization. Inti also has a sister, the moon goddess Mamakila, who, like her brother, was seen as benevolent. This interestingly fits with the two different options we have in Mario Maker 2. Though, the Angry Sun is not particularly benevolent. Who knows, maybe Mario did something terrible to get on the wrong side of a god. Now, Inti has been depicted in some interesting ways, which really is one of the main things linking it to the existential sun and sun switches. Because Inti was a god revered by the pre-colonial civilizations, it has been used as a symbol of national identity in South America by many countries. It's on the coat of arms of Bolivia and Ecuador, and was on several historical flags of Peru. Today though, it is well known and recognized as the Sol de Mayo, the May Sun, a national emblem of Argentina and Uruguay. This stemmed from the 1810 May Revolution, which marked the independence from the Spanish Empire, countries which had been part of the viceroyalty of the Rio de la Plata. A legend claims that as the new government was proclaimed, the sun broke through the clouds, which was seen as a good omen, resulting in the sun's adoption as a symbol. And would you look at that face? Now that is the face of an existential sun if I ever saw one. Between the depictions of Tonatiuh and Inti here, I think it's clear to see that there has been some kind of a South American influence, especially with the color scheme of the sun as well. And we already know that Mario has taken inspiration from pre-Hispanic and Hispanic culture before with Tostarena in Mario Odyssey, which is called Soltitlan in Spanish, a reference to the Aztec city of Tenochtitlan. It wouldn't surprise me if the team over at Nintendo was on a bit of a South American kick. Perhaps Mario has some more Hispanic in him than we realize. So, what do you think about the new existential Angry Sun? Creepy? Just plain strange? Now that it's been added to the Nintendo pantheon of creepy planetoids, let me know what you make of it in the comments. Should Nintendo change the design, or should they stick with it? It's grown on me a little. I mean, just think of the meme potential. But hey, they may have already changed it in a later build of the game. I guess we won't find out until we have the final version in our hands. Anyways, thanks for watching this episode of Culture Bits. Subscribe and stick around for the next video.
Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.